Hello, my name is Kamal Johnson, 18 years old. I love all people. I'm a very open-minded person, so that describes me in a nutshell. Very passionate in what I do. When I was first, my senior year, when I was first thinking about what I wanted to do in life, I always kept saying, I want to give back. I want to change the, eventually, change the world. But this was, and this is what it is, and this is exactly what I envisioned. And this is just one step. And I always say it's like a ripple effect. I always say, if one person just gets, motivated or saved, then the cycle continues. And 40 Corners was the hit. People don't understand how important it is. I don't think people really realize how big 40 Corners is. I mean, it's so powerful because we're going to so many people and we're going to so many neighborhoods where it needs a message. A lot of people, like, oh, well, that's not going to help anybody. That's just, that's one neighborhood. What is that going to do? They going to have it. They're not going to listen. Oh, and they listen. When we went down there on Northland, them guys and them girls, yeah, they were laughing and stuff. But once we got the, with the message and the dancing and stuff, they were right in it. One of the guys, I remember, he was standing in front of us, and the guy was talking. He said, "Shh, hey, no, pay attention." And like I said before, that's God's work, and it shows that little stuff like this can lead to so much and so much powerful things. And that's one thing I really appreciate and I love about this. It hits hard, and that's why I think 40 Corners is just so powerful because it's really going deep into the problem of the African American society, and it's really trying to hit home and try to change the everyday life, the everyday culture, and bring it back to a more peaceful reality. And it starts in St. Louis. One of the top murder rates in the country. It starts here, starts in Detroit, goes to LA, goes to New York, it goes here and there, it goes here and there. And it's the ripple effect, like I said, before. And it's so powerful, and it's what we need. It's God's work. Got young kids like us, it's killing each other every day. But you got young kids like us who are trying to do the opposite. So that's why 40 Corners is so powerful to me, and it can stop a lot. And when it hits one place and it hits one country, it can hit, the idea of peace. It can hit all type of people, no matter where you are. And that's why I think it's so powerful.
Being in 40 Corners, it's changed my life in many ways. Right at the very beginning of this project, I just had found out that I was a teen parent, getting ready to have a child, and it was a very shaky point in my life, dealing with being homeless and rarely eating, and I mean, it was very hard, And then on top of all of that, in a few months, I would have to support a whole life. I was very discouraged, and I didn't really know who I was, and just being a part of a group like this, a positive group, with young people as well as adults being here to mentors, it allowed me to start opening my mind to who I was and what it is that I wanted to do with my life and my self-importance. I realized how important I was as an individual. Being part of this project, it's made me more confident that one person, that I can give everything I have, and that makes the difference because it just starts with one. It takes one person to say, look, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. Now who's with me? And that's really what 40 Corners has been for me. It's been a place where I can develop as a young man, develop as a leader, and get leadership skills. And it's put me in a position where I had to lead, or I had to show others how to do things, or show them how to project, how to do things on different levels, not just with theater and arts, but just with being a human being. And it takes a good human being, a good-hearted person to step up and stand up and say, hey, I'm going to be an advocate for change, and I really don't care who opposes it, who thinks negatively of me being a change player in this game called life. To talk about the violence, it's funny because I look at the newspapers, and I read the newspapers rather, and I look at the news and listen to everything that they're saying, and majority of all the news is negative news. You got the oil spill, you got people killing each other, you got our brothers and sisters killing each other. To an extent, I know what those people who are committing those acts, I can't say that I fully understand their actions, but I can say that I understand that I can understand where they're coming from, as far as their environment and things like that. Because a lot of times, well, I would just say 9 times out of 10, if you're weak-minded, if you're a person who doesn't have a independent type of thinking, then a lot of times you go off into the negativity, and you go off into what the norm, and the norm, unfortunately, in my community, is violence, is gangs, is all of those things, or all those things. But at one point, I was on that crossroad. I was in that position to where I was either going to choose to do right or to do wrong. We're not getting a lot of what we need in our communities, in our school systems, and even in our homes. So when you expect a group of people to be good, when they don't have the necessary tools that they need to grow and be and to live healthy, it's kind of hard to be a good person. And unfortunately, I had to go through living in impoverished neighborhoods, and beat up homes, even homeless, and drugs, all of that, abuse, all of that comes with being in poverty. I've had to experience it. 40 Corners has been able to give me the characteristics, give me the abilities I need, the strength that I need to survive. Because I would go to 40 Corners on Monday, and Tuesday I would still be back right in the hood, with the negativity, with the drugs, with all of that. But just being able to come to a group once a week and be among some positivity, it gave me the strength I need when I go back. When I went back to the hood, I was able to stand strong. It's been 40 Corners has been my shield. 40 Corners has been my shoulder that I needed, to cry on. And just able to come to this group and share our feelings and say, hey, look, we want to be part of that group of change is something. I envision 40 Corners being a platform for young guys like me and Kamal to really grow as human beings and grow spiritually and really realize what's important in this life.